What is up, guys? We are facing Ebony Maw on expert mode with Peter Parker Spider-Man. So first, let's shuffle up the encounter deck. And then with the main scheme's when reviewed effect, each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded, and we put that into play. So let's discard here. And we got a spell right away in Rebel Storm. Ebony Maw has the same when reviewed effect, so discard until we get another one. And we got another one in manipulation here. So this will have 2 invocation counters, and this one has 3. The main scheme starts off with 1 threat, and then let's shuffle up the player deck here. And then draw up to our hand size of 6. And let's see what we got. Okay, let's keep the Avengers Mansion, and we will mulligan and discard these 5 cards and draw 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so first let's use Peter Parker Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 3 more resources here for a total of 4, so we can play Avengers Mansion. Exhaust it to draw a card. And then let's flip over to Spider-Man. We're gonna swing and hit Ebony Maw for 2. That'll bring him from 18 down to 16. Next, let's use this as 3 resources here to play a swinging web kick, and we're going to hit Ebony Maw for 8, and that will bring him from 16 down to 8. That will end our turn. Let's ready back up, and then draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, so it is Ebony Maw's turn. He's adding 1 to the main scheme. He's going to attack us. He has a Force Interrupt. Whenever he attacks, or whenever he activates against us, remove an invocation counter from each spell in play. And then we can activate our own interrupt, Spider Sense. When the villain initiates an attack against you, draw 1 card. Let's take the attack. It's hitting with a base of 2, plus a boost here of 2 more for a total of 4 damage. We will use a backflip here. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all that damage, so we can jump out of the way. And we get 1 face down encounter card, which is Channeling Trance. When reviewed, remove 1 invocation counter from each spell in your play area. So 1 off here and 1 off here. Whenever all the counters are off of this spell, it activates. Discard 1 card at random from your hand, and you are confused. So let's shuffle up our hand, and hopefully we don't lose the Nick Fury here. We lost the Power of Justice, and we also get confused. Okay, and then it is back to our turn. Let's use Avengers Mansion, so we can draw a card. So the Rebel Storm is going to hurt Nick, so we're not going to have him perform action. Let's use we do have Moongirl too, if we want to flip over. Let's use this as 4 resources, so we can play Nick Fury. When he enters play, choose 1. We're gonna pick the one to do 4 damage to an enemy. So let's just hit Ebony Maw for 4 to bring him from 8 down to 4. And then let's attack Ebony Maw for 2 to bring him from 4 down to 2. And then I think that will end our turn. So let's keep Nick here because he's gonna block for us. Okay, so that will end our turn. Let's ready back up. And then let's discard the Moongirl and the Under Surveillance and draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, so it is now Ebony Maw's turn. He's adding 1 to the main scheme. He's going to attack us. His Force Interrupt activates. Remove a spell counter from here, and this will activate. Deal 2 damage to each character you control. Nick will take 2 damage. Spider-Man takes 2 damage, so we drop from 10 down to 8. Okay, and then we can draw a card now with Spider Sense. And let's have Nick Fury defend this attack. So it's hitting with a base of 2, plus a boost card here of 2 more for a total of 4 damage. Nick Fury does not survive. And then Ebony Maw will deal us 1 face down encounter card, which is Pacification. This will have 3 invocation counters, and it surges into another encounter card, another Pacification, and that will surge as well into another encounter card. Assault, the villain attacks you, we have to take it. So he's gonna attack, remove an invocation counter from each one of these. We draw a card with Spider Sense with our Force Interrupt, and then let's see, he's hitting with the base of 2. I think let's defend here. So this would be his boost card, 2 plus 3, so there's 5 damage. We're blocking for 3, so we're gonna take 2. Dropping from 8 down to 6. Okay, and it is back to our turn. Let's use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. And then let's play one way or another. Hero action, search and encounter deck for a side scheme and review that side scheme. So let's put out Is there any side scheme that's not that rough? Okay, let's put out a reactor overload here. So when reviewed, each player must choose to either take 2 damage or place 2 threat on there. Let's take 2 damage. So that will drop us from 6 down to 4. And this will have 3 threat on here. We can resolve one way or another and draw 3 now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we got Aunt May. Okay, let's see here. First, let's use this as 2 resources so we can play Ironheart. When she enters play from her hand, we can draw a card. So let's get a card. Okay, next, let's use this as 2 resources so we can play Black Cat. Whenever she enters play, discard the top 2 cards of your deck and add each mental resources card to your hand. We didn't get anything, so these would just be discarded here. And then, let's see, we can get out, okay, so let's use a B card as a resource to play the Warrior of the Great Web attached to a character with Spiderman's title. Let's get the Spiderman, we gain the Web Warrior trait, and when a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we get +1 attack until the end of phase. We can play the Web of Life for Destiny for free. Ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has a Web Warrior trait. We do now because of this card. So we play it for free, and when a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we can draw a card. Let's use this B card as a resource to play Aunt May. And then let's do, so we're gonna have Ironheart thwart for 1 from here to bring us down to 2. She will take consequential damage. And then let's have Black Cat swing and hit Ebony Maw for 1 to bring from 2 down to 1. And then she doesn't take consequential damage for attack activations. That ends our turn, so we can ready back up. And then let's draw back up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is Ebony Maw's turn. He's adding 1 to the main scheme. He's going to attack us, remove 1 invocation counter for each of these spells. Spider Sense activate so we can draw a card. Let's take the attack. So it's hitting with a base of 2 plus a boost card here of 1. It's going to be 3 damage. We will use a backflip to jump out of the way again. And then we get 1 face down encounter card, which is Shadows of the Past. I don't think we can negate it. Yeah, okay, so the Vulture will come into play, which is not great. So he comes in with Quick Strike, so he's gonna hit us right off the bat for 3. And let's just take it. So we're gonna drop from 4 down to 1 here. And then Highway Robbery comes into play, this side scheme here. So when reviewed, each player places a card at random from their hand, face down underneath Highway Robbery. So get the random card here. And this will have 3 threat. Plus the acceleration token to the main scheme. And we're gonna shuffle up these 3 Vulture cards into the encounter deck. Okay, and it is back to our turn. Let's use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. And if we deck that, so we get a face down encounter card. Let's shuffle up the discard pile here, back into the deck. Okay. See, so we definitely gotta flip over. And then we want to, actually there's no way for us to, so this is gonna flip no matter what. And he's going to scheme pretty hard. We're gonna get stunned next turn with the pacifications. So I think we wanna just swing and web kick the Vulture out of here. Okay, let's use this as a resource to play a web shooter. Let's have 3 web counters on here. And then let's use the web shooters to generate 1 resource. This will be 2 more, so we can play a swing web kick and hit the Vulture for 8. That will blast him out of here. And then, let's see. We could, let's have Black Cat attack Ebony Maw for 1. That'll bring him down 0 and flip him to his final stage here, where he's going to have 23 hit points. And then he has a 1 reviewed. Discard cards to top and counter deck until we get a spell and then put it into play. So we're gonna mill down for another spell here. And we are milling the entire deck. Okay, we got one right here in manipulation. This will have 2 invocation counters. Okay, and then let's see. Ironheart will, let's have her just attack. So she's gonna attack Ebony Maw for 1 to bring from 23 down to 22. We're gonna try to gun him down here. And then Spider-Man will swing for 2 to bring from 22 down to 20. And then we will flip over to Peter Parker, exhaust and made a heal, so we can go from 1 up to 5 hit points here. That will end our turn. Let's ready back up. And then draw back up to our hand size of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so Ebony Maw's turn. He's gonna add 2 to the main scheme. This will flip this. I don't know why I got rid of this acceleration. I think that should still be there because of the highway robbery. So when reviewed, shuffle the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck, which works out for us because he's milling this down. And then discard cards from the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded, and then put that card into play. So let's discard again. We get a spell, and we've got one right here, and the manipulation again. And this will have 2 invocation counters on here. Then let's flip over the main scheme to its final stage with 1 threat. If it hits 9, then we lose the game. Okay. He is scheming now with a base of 3. So first we remove 1 invocation counter from all the spells. So both of these activate. Exhaust each upgrade you control. So we're exhausting the web shooters and the Warrior of the Great Web here. And then we are stunned. So we get stunned with both of them, but just 1 stun. And both of these will go away now. Okay, then Ebony Maw is scheming with a base of 3 plus a boost here of 2 more for a total of 5. So this already goes up to 6. Which is not great because we have 2 encounter cards. First one's Outrider. When reviewed, discard a card at random from your hand. So let's shuffle up our hand here. And we are losing Pavitri. Last encounter card, Rebel Storm, another spell. And that will surge. So we get 1 more encounter card. This Surge is an alter ego. We get another encounter card. And we got another Reactor Overload here. Okay, so this will have 3 threat, and we can choose to either take 2 damage or place 2 more threat on here. At this point, let's place 2 more threat on there. So this is gonna be 5. So we have to gun him down, or else we lose. So it's back to our turn. Let's use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card, exhaust AMA so we can heal to go from 5 up to 9 here. And then, let's see, we have no more draw power in our hand right now. Okay. Let's use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be a second resource, so we can play SPDR here. And then let's flip over to Spider-Man, and we'll attack to remove the stun status card. Black Cat's going to swing at Ebony Maw for 1 to bring from 20 down to 19. And then, let's see, I think SPDR will just swing as well to bring from 19 down to 18 here. Because it's at 6, it's going to gain 2 next turn with the acceleration, so it goes to 8. And we have 1 more turn with swing web kicks to try to win. SPR takes a consequential damage. And let's go ahead and just use this as 3 resources to put down a beat cop here. We will exhaust the beat cop to get 1 threat. Let's get it off of here. So beat cop will have 1, so we'll have 2 now. That will end our turn. Let's ready back up. Let me put this back over here. And then draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, so it is Ebony Maw's turn, adding 2 to the main scheme. This goes up to 8. He's going to attack us, remove 1 spell from each of these. Both of these spells activate, so we get confused. We're already confused, and discard 1 random card from your hand, so we're losing 2 cards here. So we're probably gonna lose the Swing Web Kick or Nick Fury, unfortunately. Okay, 2 cards. Oh, we lost Under Surveillance and the Enhanced Fire Sense. Okay, so we still have the 2 cards that we need. So these spells are gone now. So Ebony Maw is hitting us. We draw a card with Spider Sense. We got another Swinging Web Kick. Is that the kill shot? I don't know if we have the resources though. Okay, so he's attacking us. Let's see, we're gonna have Black Cat defend this attack. So it's hitting with a base of 2 plus 1. So it's gonna be 3 damage. Black Cat does not survive. This guy hits us for 1, so we drop from 9 down to 8, and we get 1 encounter card here. Shadows of the Past. Let's see what happens if we already got it. Review your set aside nemesis minion and put it into play. Engage with you. Showing up the rest of the... Okay, so I think that review your set aside, since it's already set aside, this card just gains Surge. So we get another encounter card, Fireball. So this will have 4 implication counters on here. That will Surge as well. We got the Vulture with Quick Strikes. So he's gonna hit us with 5, or hit us with 3, I mean. So we drop from 8 down to 5. And I think we win here. Okay, so let's use Avengers Mansion. So we can draw a card. And then let's have SPDR attack Ebony Maw. That will bring him from 18 down to 17. Should take a consequential damage and be discarded. With the effect of the Web of Life and Destiny, we can draw a card because of Web Warrior ally left play. Spiderman gets +1 attack because of Web Warrior ally left play with the War of the Great Web. So we can swing for 3 damage here. So we're gonna drop Ebony Maw from 17 down to 14. Next, let's use this as 3 resources to play a swinging web kick. And we're gonna hit Ebony Maw for 8. That will bring him from 14 down to 6 here. And then let's use the web shooters to generate 1 resource. This will be 2 more for a total of 3. So we can play a second swing web kick and hit Ebony Maw for another 8. And that will bring him down to 0. And that is Ebony Maw on expert mode.